Is Luke Kornet talking foolish? The San Antonio Spurs player who has become the first to speak out on what is Magic City night for the Atlanta Hawks 2 weeks from tonight when they entertain the Orlando Magic. Is Luke Kornet out of pocket for speaking out and saying what he said?
No, he's not out of pocket. Of course not. He didn't say anything wrong. This collaboration that is happening with the Atlanta Hawks and this institution,
yes.
right? That's what we're referring to.
That's what Jamie Gertz called it.
Correct,
yes.
The institution. It is a little bit surprising. A little bit, though. I just feel like in today's day and age, I shouldn't be surprised. But what he said is, he didn't say anything wrong. He just, has a different opinion on what this institution maybe signifies and what it would do.
And for those that don't know, it was recently, I think it was last week that the Hawks announced, maybe it had been prior to that, but I felt like it gained a lot of steam last week that the Hawks were going to have their Magic City night at a game at home against the Orlando Magic in 2 weeks, honoring the Gentlemen's Club by that same name.
Right.
The Atlanta Hawks were going to serve the famous lemon peppered wings that have become so popular from the strip club. It was not going to be a situation where there are women dancing from the basketball stanchions behind the hoop. There was none of that. There was not going to be any stripping, any nudity at the game.
No, not at all.
But it was a celebration of music, culture, and sports. That's the words of Jamie Gertz. That it was the celebration of that they were going to celebrate that night in what Magic City represents. And it was the Spurs' Luke Kornet who did speak up against what this night is in making a post saying, essentially, and I'm going to quote Luke Kornet here, "The NBA should desire to protect and esteem women, many of whom work diligently every day to make this the best basketball league in the world. We should promote an atmosphere that is protective and respectful of the daughters, wives, sisters, mothers, and partners that we know and love." Adding in the TMZ piece that the promotion reflects poorly on the NBA. As Kornet said, quote, "The league is complicit in the potential objectification and mistreatment of women in our society," end quote, if they would let this night go on.
And what could you possibly be mad about that he said there? You could disagree. You can disagree with him, but he didn't say anything bad. And he said it, I think there are more people who feel like he does and aren't saying it out loud because it's not the cool thing.
I don't know how many people I don't know how many people are supporting it. I think that there are people that are just going along with the ride.
That's a good way
like
to put it.
in that aspect of it. You're right. Like if you were just look at a thermometer gauge or left to right and how far, I don't think anybody has been far left. I don't think everybody has been far right. I think everybody's kind of been in the middle. Then Kornet's the first one to kind of say on one side of things, I don't think that this is a good idea. But does it really reflect on women? Is this just someone who is anti-strip clubs, doesn't like the premise of it, and doesn't care about the music, the culture, the sports, everything that the Hawks are saying are the reason why they're doing this on that night? Is this completely separate from that? I don't even know if there are any other parallels, Monse, in looking at a situation like this.
There aren't, and I think that's what's interesting about this, because this would open a door that we have not opened yet to make this collaboration in a sporting event that typically there's kids there and families. This is, you know what I mean? And when you associate something like a gentleman's club, it is 18 and over, 21 and over. This is not one of those situations. And so opening this door, it is something that we've never seen before, which is why I like how you put that. That's like no one's really taking a side, because this is kind of like gray territory. We're not entirely sure. Maybe some of us are like, is this a bad idea? Or is this just like, no, it's just this is the times. And like you said, nothing of that nature is going to happen. But there's probably going to be music. There's going to be wings. And this is like a big part of Atlanta. I've never been, but and this is a big part of Atlanta, right? It's like a historic thing there.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's big. It's big there. So it's like, I don't know if maybe we're not looking at it right and this is a bad idea, or is it like, no, this is it works because it's Atlanta. You're not going to go do this somewhere else. You're not going to go do this maybe in Oklahoma City.
But, yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe
Probably
Cleveland's not the spot.
Maybe
I don't
Cleveland's
know.
not this. I don't know, but it seems like this is the place you do it.
And by the way, Magic City is already won. Like, they're not.
Right.
It's not done for a promotion. It's
Yeah.
not like, hey, show up to the game, use your ticket stub to get $5 off the cover charge to go to Magic City. That's not what this is about. But they have already won in this, in that this is a topic of conversation. I was a part of the group that said, oh, what's the big deal? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like, what's.
Yeah.
There's not going to be strippers. No one's going to be nude. No one's going to be naked. And then I thought to myself, what about if I was like, all right, I'm taking my 4-year-old son to the game. We'll go.
Right.
He's got spring break that week. We're going to go to a Hawks game. And then I find out that it's at Magic City night.
And then you may have to answer questions. Daddy, what's Magic City?
No, the question is, Daddy, why aren't we going to the game anymore? That's what the question would be. You promised me we're going to a Hawks game, but why aren't we going to the game anymore?
Okay, there you go.
But even in saying that, like, I don't think that every single game has to be kid friendly. Like,
And sure, yeah,
like there's at some point, I'm not saying that the NBA needs to be risque. It's just the point of this would be the game on a Monday night,
Correct.
you know, on school night, where maybe if I'm not taking a kid to the game, that this would be the game that it is. Luke Kornet's bringing up the image of the NBA and allowing it. And I don't think that Luke Kornet has the ability to really sense what Magic City means to Atlanta, just like I don't.
Yes, good point.
But I can't ignore his opinion, because if you're a member of the Orlando Magic and are playing in that game, are you going to feel uncomfortable? Like, this is I thought about this. I tried to think of different areas. I try to think of if there's something that is, and I can understand like why strip club and nudity would be offensive to people completely. I have never done a drug in my life. And if I went to let's just say Lakers are like, guess what? It's 420 night on April 20th. I'm not taking my kid. Like, I'm not. And by the way, the use of marijuana and all of that, widely accepted and legal in a lot of places, but I'm not taking him into that environment. But I'm also not saying, Lakers, screw you. We're done with this. And the Lakers don't have that sort of night. I'm just not bringing him there because it's not something that I would necessarily want to be involved with. I would just have to go look for another Lakers game. So that's why I'm not so, like, I wouldn't take my kid to this. I can understand why you're trying to protect the children, and Luke Kornet's trying to protect the women, but I don't even know if that's his role in doing that. If you don't like it, just don't go. Like, that's my whole take on this, Monty, is if they want to celebrate something that I don't necessarily understand, then go right ahead and do it. I will just choose myself not to attend that sort of event.
I'm trying to figure out if he has any children and if they're girls. And because when I read what he said, I did feel like it was driven more towards women. Like, I don't, we should value women differently. And I appreciate all that. I think what you pointed out, it's like he doesn't understand, and neither do I, the connection and what this is and how big it is to Atlanta. But I think his overall thing is just kind of like, are you sure you want to do this? Once you do this, what's the next one? This is you're pushing a boundary here. And so if we push this one, what's the next one going to be?
Listen, I'm in my late 40s, and so I'm of the get off my lawn guy. And right now I'm like, damn, pop down a chair on my lawn. Go right ahead. Sit down. You want to have a drink? I'll bring it. Like, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
However, I do think that 10 years from now, I'll be like, remember when they had that strip club night?
Yes.
Yeah, like what were they thinking?
Yes.
Like, as time goes on, it's probably not going to be the greatest idea. However, there's another side of the coin. This could be the Magic City game each year, where the Hawks have a Magic City night and it becomes a thing in Atlanta. And why should I? Why should I prevent something like that from happening just because my son would maybe want to see the Hawks and Orlando Magic play? Why should I stand in the way of that?
No, don't stand in the way. And I also, Luke Kornet, he's not standing in the way. He's just sharing that he doesn't agree with it. But let's be real. He's not standing in the way. It's Luke Kornet. Here, come on, guys. It's, you know what I'm saying? So I think he's just saying it, and he's saying it even though no one else, maybe other people feel that way. But he's not going to affect this, you guys. He's just sharing his thoughts. And this will be a yearly thing.
You have a significant other of 10 years. You're not married. You don't have kids.
Correct.
I won't say your ballpark age, even though I kind of know it.
Even though you've said it before, but it's fine.
Are you going to this game?
I would go.
You would go?
I would go. I would go with my girlfriends.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jason Stewart, are you lining up to go to the Magic City game?
It's not for me. Not for me. I think there's a whole other show on why strip clubs in general don't appeal to me, but I find this fascinating because not only is it very well written by Luke Kornet here, it's really, I enjoy this. I don't know if everybody else in the room enjoys this. I like when large organizations or corporations are made uncomfortable. And if the NBA or the Hawks has to respond to this, I would love to see what their response is because it seems like an ironclad complaint. It's really tough to argue that you're exposing children to something, you're exposing parents to questions about a place, institution or not. And it's very uncomfortable if you are trying to promote a family atmosphere. There was one part, I think.
Are they trying to promote a family atmosphere?
The NBA as a corporation is. I don't know if the Hawks are or if the marketing department for the Hawks cares about that.
For this one game.
Yeah, but I just think that him going after the NBA as being complicit in this creates discomfort, and I love that about this story because I dare any listener to read his argument and be like, yeah, but blank. I don't know if there's a yeah, but.
Right, which is why it says, like, you can't be mad at what he said. You could disagree, but you can't be mad.
Yeah, and disagreeing puts you in a really tough spot. I mean, you talk about just, what is it called? Idiocracy? The movie Idiocracy. And you hear about how today we normalize things that we shouldn't. The way our leaders talk to each other, just kind of like this degradation of society. If we're going to normalize strip clubs, then that's just another step down that path, and that's where Luke Kornet is trying to stop that.
Right, because it's a slippery slope.
And I would say, and I'm not a strip club expert, I have been, but I've never been to Magic City, that this place does not seem like any other strip club there is.
Yes, I agree.
And that's the
an aura
uniqueness
here.
of it. Isaac Lowenkron, you look very uncomfortable. I don't know if you wanted, I don't know, tell your wife to turn off the radio right now, turn off the iPhone.
Oh, she's
listening.
not only listening, she's recording
All right.
it to use it against me in the
Will
future.
Isaac disappear after this Magic City talk?
I have to be completely honest with the audience. This is a 100% true story. When I was 11 years old, the old San Diego Gulls of the International Hockey League, a minor league affiliate of the NFL, had a promotion where they had a bikini contest in between the first and second period. And I conned my parents into taking me to the game without telling them that there was going to be a bikini contest. So I have to be honest with the audience about that. First of all, this is by far the most national publicity that the Atlanta Hawks have gotten in years, including when they traded away Trae Young. Point number two, what I want to see in retaliation, if you will, I want to see this season the Las Vegas Aces of the WNBA holding Thunder from Down Under nights. Okay?
I've seen that show.
You go to that. All right. All right. And finally, on a more serious note, I'm curious about a couple things. Number one, did the NBA approve this? What does the NBA in their league offices think about the Atlanta Hawks holding this? And it speaks to a larger issue that you were talking about in all seriousness. What is the appropriate measure of sexuality in sports? We have, an institution like the Laker girls. Right. We have NFL cheerleaders complete with bikini calendars. What is the appropriate balance of sexuality in sports?
This is a great question. I feel like
who's uncomfortable now?
To use a Clay Travis phrase, like I don't think this is about boobs. Like I don't. I don't think that's what this is at all.
Let's mark that audio for future drops.
Yeah.
And so that's why I don't have as big of an issue. I'm just not, to Isaac's point, my son may try to con me into a Magic City night some night. Who knows when he's older. But the point is I'm not going to take my kid to it.
Right.
I don't
it seems simple enough, right? It's like, just don't go.
Yes.
I think it is that simple as well. I'm not bothered by this. I am not offended by it at all. But go out there and, they're probably going to be some shaking of the booty, which we see during Super Bowl halftime show. So it's like, like Isaac said, what is the right answer to that? Because we just saw that in the Super Bowl, right? So I'm just like, I'm not mad at what he said. Thank you, Luke Kornet, for, trying to stand up for the ladies. I get it.
Iowa Sam, you have anything on Magic City?
I'm not offended to it. I'm not offended by it to the point of not going to something like that. I mean, it's not my thing. I wouldn't seek it out. But I was thinking, like, you said Magic City is maybe unlike any other strip club in the U.S., so it's like the Mall of America of strip clubs. I don't know. Or it's like you go to Mall of America and that's its own thing. Like it's the biggest
got the
mall.
amusement park.
Yeah.
87 lids. Yes.
Yep.
That's all. Yeah, it's true.
And so So it's like it originated in Atlanta, so it's like they're celebrating that, but it's not something that offends me to the point where like I wouldn't go.
I don't think that someone in Southern California should have a say in what they're doing in Atlanta. And if the team wants to deal with it and they know more about it than I do, then be right with it. And if you're a parent, know what you're taking your kid to.
Yes.
Like that's my stance on it. Now, Sam, what about if I told you that the game was shirts versus skins in honor of? I used that joke in the group text. Monse called it, what was?
Stupid.
Stupid.
But like that.
It, huh? Like Magic have to go skins?
I laughed, but it was stupid.
I see what you're doing here, because like you're trying to throw in different elements of what could
Topless.
make me, what could make me uncomfortable.
That's the nudity. I brought it back to the
like
BWOBS.
If I was invited for free, like would I go? But I'm there to like see a game, so like that's the most important thing.
Look
but
at
I'm not.
That. Look at that. Yeah, that is a good answer.
Those other things, like they don't bother me to the point where like to keep me out of the place. But I get where he's coming from though. I understand raising those points. That's totally fair.
Do you know what this does though? It actually puts an old refrain by Stu Gotts into new context when he says, "Taylor, put it on the poll."
Very well done.
Yes.
It is